Ever since I released the Alpha Destiny Novice program, I've literally received thousands of emails regarding the floor press. Everybody wants to know, Alex, why did you select it as your primary exercise for pressing? Why did you not choose the regular touch and go bench, or better yet, the pause bench? Because it seems to me that you're the only guy on the internet who's making people do floor presses as a novice lifter. So can you explain this to me, why you've selected this exercise? Now, of course, I already answered this in the Q&A section of the Alpha Destiny Novice program page, but I wish to provide a video for you guys on YouTube. So let me clarify this question once and for all. The reason why I have you floor press is because of the fact that my program is suited for general strength. And if you know anything about general strength programs, everything has to overlap and give you basically a splash over effect. These are the facts, right? So in my system, I have you do floor press, close grip bench, overhead pressing with a pause, and overhead extensions. These are 4 general strength exercises that's going to yield tremendous pressing strength gains. If you even got rid of the floor presses, your flat bench would still raise up to above 2 plates because the overlap is there. Overhead pressing done with a pause will raise your flat bench in itself. By itself, overhead pressing with a pause will do that. The close grip benching accessory work is more than enough for raising your flat bench. Actually, it's probably going to do it better than the floor press because of the fact that you're using high repetitions, a 6 to 8 range, and it's a close grip, which is harder than the wide. So just off those 2 exercises, you're 1000% covered. You don't even have to do the floor press. That's how effective these 2 movements are. And then I make you do overhead extensions. Overhead extensions is going to build the lockout strength of your regular overhead press. It's going to build the connective tissue in your elbows, make your triceps stronger as a whole. It's going to help you in all pressing, period. So 3 exercises right there. You don't even need the floor press. But I make you do the floor press because I have no other option. What else am I supposed to make you do? You want me to make you do more close grip benching? What's the purpose of that? You're already doing that as accessory work. You already have pause overhead pressing as well. So why would I make you do pause bench? As a matter of fact, let's talk about the pause bench for a second. Why would I put the pause bench if the floor press does what a pause bench can never do? Which is break up the eccentric and concentric chain. You see, guys, whenever you do a pause bench, right, the stretch reflex remains for 1 to 2 seconds. You can actually hold it. This is one of the reasons why I don't really train my pause bench press. All I do is touch and go benching with bands for the most part. That's like 99% of my programming. If I want to do dead stop work, I'll either press off pins, off a board, or I'll use the floor press. That's how I'll do it. So I don't really do much pause benching because of that reason. Pause bench keeps the stretch reflex for 1 to 2 seconds. If you just do touch and go, it will build your pause. Now, if you're going to pause, right, if you're going to pause, you might as well do it the maximum way. And this is why I have you do the floor press. Because remember, I'm already making you do overhead pressing with a pause. So that aspect right there is already covered. It's covered. You don't have to worry about pausing anymore. You've taken care of it with a more difficult exercise than the regular pause bench, right? So I'm making you do floor press, which breaks up the eccentric and concentric chain, which is what a regular pause bench could never do. That's why I chose the floor press. It's the best general strength exercise for pressing when you look at all the other exercises that I include in the program. I hope that makes sense. Maybe not. Maybe I'm too formal in this video. Probably a lot of you guys are like, what the fuck's he talking about, eccentric, concentric chain? But that's what it is. Floor press does what a regular pause bench can never do. Breaks up the eccentric, right, the lowering phase, and the concentric. It's a 2-phase movement. Some muscles are partially relaxed on the floor, and then you're re-exploding from a pure dead stop. That's why I do it. The pause bench cannot do that. And there's a very strong skill element, there's a technical element to the pause bench. You know, you gotta squeeze your upper back a certain way. You gotta pause for like a 1 count, 2 count. It's very inconsistent for the most part. I think pause benching is great for more advanced guys who want to compete in powerlifting, people who are trying to, you know, really hammer in the movement pattern. You're a beginner lifter, you're gonna be fine with touch and go benching, overhead pressing, and floor pressing is fine as well. And if anything, let's say you don't like the floor press and you want to replace it with an exercise. Yeah, you can replace it with pause bench. You can replace it with touch and go bench in that situation if you want to do that. But am I going to recommend this? No, not for general strength. Because I truly believe that if you use the floor press, it will carry over tremendously. Brandon Lilly, one of the best benchers that we know of to date. Obviously, he's not the best of the best there, but very good guy. Floor pressing is like the foundation of his benching strength, his raw benching strength. He finds that whenever his floor press raises, his bench raises. It's automatic. And that's why I make you floor press. Floor pressing does what a pause bench can never do. It automatically raises your bench. And because it's a general strength program, you don't even need the fucking floor press anyway. So you might as well just do it. You might as well just do it, right? Just the overhead press, close grip bench, overhead extensions is going to build your raw bench. So fuck it. No more raw benching required. No more raw benching required. All you need, floor press. You might as well. You might as well, right? It's better than doing nothing. It's better than just doing your squats, rows, and getting the fuck out of there, right? You might as well do the floor press, and that's it. Reap the benefits. Reap the performance benefits. Get the general strength in there. That's it, guys. I hope I'm not too confusing. I really do. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll make a follow-up video if I have to. I need to hammer this point in your head. That's why I do the floor press. Talk to you next time, and go make some epic gains on the Novice program.